Hey, what's up, guys? Cool with Cheese here with a full game commentary of me playing on Lux. I'm gonna have this one really sped up for a lot of the game, just to show you kind of the key moments and the battles and stuff like that. So just to get you started off with Lux, I do a little bit of a 21-09 build. I will get all the way down to the Biscuit. I like to have that extra regen early on in the game, and I'll, as you can see, have my Rejuve beat. Well, not the Rejuve beat, but the mana version of that one. As I'm going to be going for that Chalice quickly, give me a couple of potions and a ward for that early game control, and that's really what it's all about. Now, this game I am actually playing against an Aatrox, and as you can see, I slowed it down so you can see how much damage he did in just one burst at level 2. Aatrox does hit very hard, and this was actually the very first game I've ever even seen an Aatrox in the same area as me until late game, so I was completely unaware of what to expect here. Now, this also was a pretty interesting game for me on top of that, because I believe this was my my actual promo match to rank up to the next division. So this is a ranked game, just in case you were curious. And I will be playing this with my brother, duoing with him. Oh, bro, playing on the Scumbag Tech. Now, I did pop the passive there on Aatrox, so I was feeling pretty good. But I thought I had turned on my potion, and I was just completely derp. So the biggest derp in the world right there. Should probably pay a little bit more attention. I was a little bit nervous. I was like, man, I really want to win this division game. And that's actually one of the things that made me play worse in this matchup, was that I was like, I don't know, I think I was just trying too hard. And that's something that's wrong with me. Like, if I try too hard, I do worse. And so here we go. I'm holding on to my binding. Every time a champion like Aatrox or any other like AD burst assassin that has like a leap on you, anytime they jump on you, you need to harass them back as much as possible, because they only have one direction to go. They can keep on, well, I mean, they can keep chasing you, yes. However, mostly they're just going to be running back to their own turret, and at that point, you need to really put down a lot of pressure onto them. So I almost died once again. As you can see, just really hurts a lot here. I'm going to try and hang on to the lane a little bit, push him out just a bit, give my brother a chance to actually hold him back in the laning phase there. So I do need to pick up armor this game, and I definitely am going to be going for that, but I want to have those cooldown reductions, and I want to be able to give that blue buff to my brother, since I actually accidentally stole. I don't know if you noticed that earlier in the game. I did steal that from him, so big derp there as well. And so yeah, I want him to have that blue buff for his ability to get caught back up. And I'm actually okay with, Lux does have high mana costs and everything else, but the thing about that is that you can actually manage it by not spamming your Q all the time. And in fact, it's actually very important, like I said, to hold on to it for when they do jump on you, or if you do get ganked, use that binding as a defensive maneuver in these particular lane setups, and you just use your Lucent Singularity for its farming potential. Now, I whiffed my ultimate there and not able to actually land it on him. This is one of the, I guess, earlier games that I've been playing on Lux, so I was kind of getting the hang of shooting out her skill shots. For some reason, it felt like my skill shots go a little bit above where I click, so I was kind of learning to adjust that. And we do have a little bit of a gank. It's him coming in here, not able to land his binding, so he's just going to run right on past. And this is a really nice combo. If you're going to play Lux, she's a great pick against teams with a lot of AoE, because you can actually just throw down your shield. And I just ran into a really tanky Udyr. Udyr is so damn scary, man, and I just could not do enough damage to take him out. As I saw Aatrox come in, I didn't want to give him an assist, so I just kind of ran back the other way and let Udyr grab the kill there. So here we are. I'm going to actually take the blue buff. We were talking on Skype, and he was telling me to get that blue buff. And I was like, well, I really need to get this lane farm, so I decided to use my ultimate there. I do want to save my support here, so I'm going to go ahead and bind them down, give him a shield, and slow them. Not going to pop that until they get past it. Now, he did use his splash and Q to pick up the kill there, so that was unfortunate. This is actually where I wish I did have my ultimate, because I probably could have finished off that Aatrox if I had not used it for the blue buff, but whatever. It just happened to be, coincidence. Go figure, I used my ultimate, and now it's not up when I need it. And once again, whiffing my ultimate. So by this point, you guys are probably thinking, holy crap, this is terrible Lux play. But, sometimes you miss your skill shots. It will actually get much better as the game goes on, as I'm starting to get the hang of it. and that sort of thing. So Lux is just one of those champions, man. I mean, you have to practice on her, and you have to get the hang of landing her skill shots. You got to know the timing, like how fast the skill shots they'll shoot out, and all that good stuff, because otherwise you're just going to look like a complete derp targ, which is pretty much what you're seeing here. Now I'm going to pause the game so you can see. I'm just kind of taking a look at how we're matching up on everything here. I've got full Athenes built up, no boots yet, and you generally want to have boots at least by the time the turret goes down, or at least some brown ones or something like that. But in my particular case, I'm like, man, I really have got to get a Zhonya as fast as possible, because they've got a super dangerous team for me with Udyr and Aatrox jumping in and just all that crazy stuff, especially with Vlad. If he puts his ultimate on me, I'm going to want to use my Zhonyas to block the damage there. And I just snipe a kill onto the bottom lane, and let's go ahead and rewind that, and I'll show you guys. That was pretty freaking awesome. Finally landing something, actually. Not that it's super hard, so whoop, bam! Look at that. Booyah. Big damage. And that's going to be good for me. Now, so far, if you look, I'm now at 2 kills. Aatrox actually at 4, and I haven't actually gotten any kills on him myself. All my kills are on other people, it looks like. So, a little bit more damage from him. I have a really good poke back on him. Again, missing my ultimate. This is actually a little bit embarrassing for me to watch. I do want to mention also, I think I talked about my masteries a little bit earlier, but since this game's going so fast, I haven't mentioned the runes. Essentially, the runes, I'm just going for some mana regen, and then armor, magic resist, and ability power. So that's pretty much it. Got myself a little bit of a blue buff. Going to run back around, try and farm this up a little bit. They did get themselves a dragon. We weren't able to stop that, unfortunately. But just playing it kind of safe right now. I know that if we can farm up to the late game, we're going to have a really, really strong team. We've got this Fiora, who is super strong carry potential. They are all bottom lane right now, so we decided to take out this turret. One thing I like to do is if somebody's kind of chasing me, I'll run around the corner where they can't see me, and then I'll shoot up my binding and singularity, and that will allow me to pick up some kills. Aatrox was in the jungle. We saw that, so I let him run to me, picking up the kill there. Popped his passive and took that out quickly. I'm going to see if I can get in range of shooting some bindings. Not able to make that happen. In fact, I'm actually expecting everyone to back off after getting that kill. So I run back up to the mid as I'm a little bit low HP. I was not I was not looking down there and seeing them kind of running around being crazy. So I probably would have been able to help out a little bit if I had stayed in and like throwing out some bindings or whatever to help him escape. So pretty much just a big mistake on my part in that particular case. And just something I need to focus on more. I was watching the minimap a little bit and watching my HP, and so it's just part of awareness, trying to watch that. And one thing that I've actually learned, and I learned this from some Valkyrie that's actually helped me out a lot, is, oh god, that binding was way longer range than I was expecting. I was able to flash out though. But anyways, what I was going to say is one good thing to do is after each last hit, you want to try and watch the minimap, and that way you can see what's going on. This is just a good rule of thumb for learning some map awareness and giving you the ability to respond to situations quicker. So here we go. I'm going to stay in the back, popped my Zhonyas, avoiding the damage from Vlad ultimate, and trying to throw down shields on every single cooldown. As a Lux player in team fights, you are just so strong at keeping your team alive. And what you want to do in most situations is just stand right behind your team, throw down your shield, and everyone in a line, especially your AD carry, and get those bindings on those critical targets. So this tends to really start to just multiply late game as you have really high ability power, and your shield can really just block entire abilities and stuff like that. So here we go. Going to be defending at the turret. He's trying to pull some people in there. Not the right target. She's a little bit too tanky for them to engage underneath the turret especially. And what I like to do here is I'll throw down both my binding and my singularity. And in this particular case, I did catch them. Whenever you're able to catch somebody in that combo, that's when you want to throw down your ultimate, and then you pop your singularity after that ultimate lands. And that's going to give you the maximum amount of damage with that combo. And there we go. As you can see, I did pick up a kill on the Aatrox. Everyone on my team is able to follow up. Nice bandage toss is able to continue the chase. Now I'm going to get slowed by this box here. But one more bandage toss, and there we go, a Moo picking up that kill. Very well played overall, and this is allowing us to pretty much secure the game in our favor. We didn't have enough time to go for the inhibitor in that particular case, but we're going to go for this dragon instead. And I noticed them coming past that ward that I had placed down, which, by the way, always try and pick up a ward whenever you're back in the base, even if you're not a support. Now, I'm going to slow the game down here. You'll notice that he had no vision of me here, and I knew that he was coming, so I threw down right where I knew he was going to be walking up to, and this allowed us to secure a free kill. And that is one thing that is just so awesome about Lux, is you can make huge plays by catching people in those type of situations. So here we go once again, just going to be looking for opportunities to get some bindings off, and our team split up just a little bit right there. I want to show you that could have been a really bad situation. When you're running away as a team from, like, after pushing a turret or something like that, you really should all run away at the same exact area, because if you split off like that, it's a lot easier for the team to pick you off one by one and make big comeback plays from that. So just to mention, obviously it didn't happen in our particular case, but it definitely could have, because they were really close to me. If they had like a flash and were able to like pull me or slow me or something like that, might have been able to pick me off. Now I went ahead and picked up a Morello Namicon. This may or may not have been the right choice. Generally, you want to have lots of cooldown reduction against those tankier teams. Boom! There's the big damage. I thought I was going to die here, but since I was able to land my full combo onto Thresh, I decided, even though it's not safe to do, I'm going to run into this bush and look for a kill. Now, I messed it up. I was going to try and do an auto attack before going to Zhonya's, but I actually just clicked Zhonya's too quick. So I wasn't able to pick up the kill onto Thresh. I do land a binding and keep them from chasing us further, though, so that was good. One nice spot to fight. You always want to fight in those little bush areas as Lux, because everyone lines up in a straight line, and you can not only shield your entire team, but you can also ult them and throw down your bindings, all that stuff extremely easily. So that's just like the favorite positioning for playing as a Lux. And in this particular case, we were able to kind of catch them once again. I flashed in, hit a binding onto the Vladimir, and that's the ace. So we go ahead and get the surrender off, and the game is over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this very quick commentary on Lux, and if you want to see more, just hit that like button and let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you around next time. I'm Kobe Cheese. Peace out.